Hey everyone, Mo here, and before the video begins, I just want to let you guys know that my schedule has opened up for me to do coaching again. So if you're interested in private one-on-one coaching for me to help you, whether you're a newer player and you want to excel at the game very quickly and learn the fundamentals without developing any bad habits early, or if you're an experienced player who's already maybe platinum or diamond in your top 1%, but you need some help filling in the gap to get you to that 0.01%, to make you just some of the best, then hit me up on Discord and I can get you in some private one-on-one coaching lessons to help you polish up any skills you want to refine and help you learn all of the secrets to becoming a top player. That's it. I hope you enjoy the video. Hey everybody, Mo here, and in this video I'm bringing you guys just some gameplay of this super toxic Poppy Rally deck. I call it toxic because you just get infinite value, spam units, and rally, and any deck that just spams units and rallies is just not very fun to play against. The problem with this deck is that it doesn't have the same issues that most rally decks have. So for those of you that don't know what that means, rally has this issue where if you don't have units, then rally is a bad card. Most of the time, because you generate so much value in so many units with this deck, you don't have that problem of running out of units, because Mayor gives you a bunch of value in generating units. Telescope gives you a bunch of value in generating units. Tenor of Terra is only, technically 1 unit slot, but gives you 2 units. So it makes it really, really easy. Even the damn, where is it at? The Bandle Commando is 1 unit, but it gives you more units. So this deck just completely refills its hand over and over and over again in ways that makes it so your rallies aren't just super useless. So I'm a really big fan of this deck. I think it's really good right now. It's good against all of the slower decks like Nami Zoe. The decks that Nami Zoe just wants to pass on turn 1 and 2, this deck can hard punish that. With rallies, it's good. Against decks like Bandle Tree. Bandle Tree is really weak into the style deck because you get a bunch of big attacks, especially if you have something like Yordlesmith, giving all of your units quick attack, so that way your opponent can't block you well. And then they block everything, play their Bandle Tree, and they just try and like refill the board next turn. What you do is you just rally and say, okay, boom, take all this damage again. And rally card can beat any type of control deck and any slower deck that needs that one time off, that where you feel like, oh, if only I had 1 extra turn or if I had 1 extra attack. Well, that's literally what rally does for you, and it wins you the game. So I hope you guys enjoy the games I have for you. I get to level Poppy a couple times. I go through my thought processes behind every single thing that I do, explaining to you guys, why I'm doing a certain play, what I'm looking out for, stuff like that. So if you enjoy gameplay games like these, let me know in the comments down below. For some reason, I didn't do an outro. It was super short. It was like, thanks for watching, goodbye, or something like that, which is really weird. But just so you guys know, join my Discord in the link in the description below. Go ahead and get notifications when you're in my Discord whenever I'm trying to play games off stream with friends like League of Legends, Valorant, stuff like that. As well as go ahead and follow my Twitch. I stream on there almost every single day. And subscribe here on YouTube, because 60% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribed. And if you subscribe, it helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and it just makes me very, very happy. So that's it for the intro. I hope you guys enjoy the games. Alright, so it looks like we're in the mirror match here. We're both playing degenerate rally decks. Unfortunately, I'm attacking on evens, which is really good because I have Poppy, I have Yordlesmith, so I'm really, really happy. I'm probably going to keep the Battle Commando here to try and get an elusive blocker, or an elusive attacker. Oral Squire is really good here. We can start making our stuff have big attack. Yeah, our deck should be relatively close to similar. Attacking on evens is really big in the mirror because you get to attack with the things like Yordlesmith. Like, for instance, if this was a Fleet Feather Tracker, right? I get to go Fleet Feather Tracker on 1. I'm going to grab Tiny Spear just to make our units kind of big. I can make my Yordlesmith big, all that type of stuff. We are going to play... I don't know if I want to play Battle Commando or if I want to play Yordlesmith. Yordlesmith guarantees more damage, but having the elusive attacker is really good. We're just going to play Yordlesmith here. We're going to take control of this game. We're going to abuse the fact that we're attacking on evens with things like the Yordlesmith and the Poppy. Yep, so he has Yordlesmith also. We're just going to do this. Just get in there. Unblockable damage. Let's see here. So now it's his turn to kind of set up a lethal. I don't know if I'm going to play the Lulu here. Yeah, Mayor is really good. I was going to like to save... I would like to save Ranger's Resolve, but I think it is kind of just slam Mayor, hopefully get something cheap. Yeah, like a Telescope is good, so next turn I can just go Telescope Poppy and be really, really happy. Yep, he gets free attacks. We're going to say okay. I'm going to play Poppy first because I don't want him to... I don't want to play Telescope first, him kill my Mayor, and now I don't get to play Poppy. So what I'm going to do is play the Poppy, and if they try to Buster Shot Poppy, I still have the 1 mana for Ranger's Resolve, which is really, really strong. Yep, so there's the 4 mana Buster Shot. That's his entire turn. We're going to counter it with 1 mana Ranger's Resolve. And then now we get a really big swing in here with Poppy. Nothing can still kill Poppy because she still has the armor. So she gets +1/+1. So you can't even block with the Yordlesmith to try and trade down on Poppy. So we're just going to get a good jillion and a half damage in. Next turn, we just get the Golden Ages on our Poppy, and the game is probably over. So this shows you how strong attacking on evens is. We did have quite a better curve here, but that didn't really change his, what's it called? The Buster Shot. So Buster Shot still costs 4 mana. But I am going to go ahead and just ask this Golden Ages here. Just to only give him one, give our opponent one action to play a blocker or a set of blockers. Anything like that. Like, they could play the Tenor of Terror here because it only costs 2 mana because of 2 mayors in play. But we're just going to do a big open attack here. Our opponent's on 4 blockers. We're on 4 attackers. They have to block literally everything. And then just go ahead and negate everything. All of our stuff's going to have quick attack. So we're just going to do some of this. Everything gets +1/+1. Everything gets quick attack. There are no good blocks. You have to sacrifice literally everything if you want to try and live here. And then I just kill you on the open attack with leveled Poppy. So there you go. That's the mirror match. Deck is extremely, extremely good when you're attacking on evens, especially in the mirror. Alright, so we're against, I don't know what this is. I'm assuming it's going to be some type of fearsome aggro style deck. We're attacking on evens again, which is really big. I like Ranger's Resolve against these small attack units because they're going to try and trade, but we really do need units more than anything here. So there's our Yordle in arms. We needed like a 1-drop would be really, really nice, so we can go 1-drop Yordlesmith. Maybe? Hey, we hit there every time. 100% of the time, we hit 90% of the time. So here I'm going to take the +1 attack because I'm going to assume this is fearsome. I haven't seen a list like this yet. But if it is fearsome, we're going to want to give +1 attack to some of our units. Because if you notice, a lot of our units are 2 power, 2 power, 2 power. So being able to have the Tiny Spear to make our units be able to block fearsome is a huge advantage that we get. Because the fearsome keyword is kind of trying to prey on stuff like this. Like, yep, so I was right. It is a fearsome style deck. They want to prey on decks like mine. My cat is having a temper tantrum. They try to prey on decks like this one that plays like a bunch of small units. But we're not going to give them that option. So like right here, he wants to try to attack, but he doesn't really have anything. If he open attacks just for 3, I'll be happy with that. If they try to develop anything, we get to go Tiny Spear into, Fleet Feather Tracker. If they don't, I mean, Lulu is really good here. Going Lulu into Poppy is nuts because Lulu can buff the Yordlesmith. Yordlesmith gets everything quick attack, and then Poppy attacks and makes everything big. It's a really, really good time. So there's Elise, so we get to play Lulu, which actually kills Elise, which is, really, really strong. We get to, kill Elise. This can kill something else, so Exhaust. Okay, that's pretty unfortunate. I guess I forgot the fact that they're in Shurima, so they can have access to cards like that. But all good. We're just going to kill the spider over here. Worst case scenario is they have second Elise, and then they actually level the Elise here. That'd be pretty unfortunate. They don't have that, fortunately. So we have a couple options here. We could go Tenor of Terror, swing, give everything quick attack. We could Poppy, swing, make everything big enough to block the fearsome units, which is really good. We could do just Fleet Feather Tracker into Telescope and start doing a bunch of crazy shit like that. That doesn't seem too bad. A lot of really, really good options here. I kind of want to save my Poppy for whenever I think my opponent is going to do some crazy stuff. I would like to save Poppy for whenever I'm super wide, but I also have Yordle in arms, which is a good way to go super wide. Yeah, bunch of really good options here. I think I am just going to play Poppy, make my things big enough to block fearsome so I don't have to worry about any of those shenanigans. He's still going to have a really hard time blocking us unless he plays a Skitterer right here, just because our things are still going to have quick attack. Poppy's not going to have quick attack, but Poppy will also have big enough HP that it won't matter. Now she's not going to have big enough HP to where it won't matter. I'm still just going to swing with Poppy, so that way my units are big enough to block fearsome if need be. So you can trade your Arachnoid Horror with my Poppy. That makes me a little sad, but it is what it is. Our units are big enough to trade with fearsomes, and that's all we have to do. Because I think we do have the long game. We have this crazy Yordle in arms combat trick that's going to come into play next turn. If we can Yordle in arms with our rally, we'd be over the moon happy. So let's see what our opponent does. We drew a Mayor, which is nuts. We have super value engine now. We're just going to trade here. No reason not to. And that's the only attack coming out of our opponent is absolutely massive. That's massive, massive, massive. So now we kind of just get to pop off and do just absolutely disgusting things. I'm saying Grammy plus 1 ally die this round? Sure, man. So we get to do absolutely disgusting things. We get to go like telescope into telescope, which is not fair. The Targon will be the 4th region for our Yordle arms, which is super, super good. Next turn is going to be turn 6, so we'll actually have enough mana to go telescope into Yordle arms. The nutcase scenario is we go telescope into the Oro, and then we just get a full board with Yordle arms, completely board wipe our opponent. That would be super, super good. So let's see what we get off of this telescope. Ooh, 1 mana. What is this? Elise spell? Yeah, Elise spell. So Elise is leveling. That's pretty annoying, but it shouldn't matter because, like I said, we have the Fleet Feather to kill things. Equinox is okay. I don't really want any of those. All of those kind of sucked. But we're going to take the Arena Kingpin. Okay, yeah, whatever. You get leveled Spider Queen. No one cares. So, nut scenario here is we get the Poro off a telescope. We can go like telescope into Poro into Yordle arms. I kind of want to save Yordle arms for a rally now. And I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm really trying to give you guys like the insight of how, you know, like a player's brain works whenever they're trying to play at these high levels and trying to explain, you know, everything going on. So we can do a lot of things. We have 6 mana, so if we wanted to use this Pursuit, we could just go like Tenor Pursuit now. That doesn't seem very good. I really want to play this Telescope. Let's play Telescope here. Let's see what we get here. So we get Double Strike. That's really good with Yordle arms because it's basically forces out a block. Everything else here kind of just sucks. We'll take this. It's just a 2 mana cheap unit. So let's see what we want to do here. Worst case scenario, Ephemeral. So we got that off of Stalking Shadows. Okay, so we don't want to attack into this and give him a free block. So what we're going to do is, I think we're just going to Tiny Spear our Fleet Feather Tracker. I forgot that everything we have actually gets Quick Attack, which is nuts. So because of that, I think I'm just going to Kingpin. And then we can just Tiny Spear up the Fleet Feather Tracker and attack with just everything. He gets exactly one good block with Soul Spinner. He gets 2 good blocks. No, because that one's too small, right? So we can just do this. And yeah, this is pretty nuts. Everything gets Quick Attack. Like I said, he gets exactly 1 good block here. And that's it. Everything else that he tries to block with just dies. So yeah, he's not even going to try to block everything. So this could have been a decent turn to rally because everything already has Quick Attack. But next turn we'll have exact mana. We need 8 mana to do Yordle arms Relentless Pursuit, and we have that much mana, right? So all we need to do this turn is focus on not dying. Because we have 9 mana, we can do Yordle arms Relentless Pursuit and just be a very, very happy camper. If we don't kill him this turn because he has enough blockers, we will for sure kill him next turn on the open attack. So let's just see what our opponent does. Exhaust. So it looks like it is just going to be some type of open attack here. And that's really good because he only has, you know, a couple of units that actually do anything. If he attacks like this, we can just block with Mr. 4-2. Does not matter. I'm going to keep my Challenger unit alive. I know I'm trading a bigger unit here into the Fearsome, and that could look wrong. But having a Challenger unit is just so much more important. So we're going to play this because it's free. Look at that. We hit the Poro. We still have our 8 mana, which is all we need for Yordle Arms Pursuit. So we still just get to play Proto Poro, Yordle Arms, Relentless Pursuit, and just win the game here. So Splinter, sure, we play Poro. We get to play Yordle Arms, make everything too big for him to kill. And then Rally. And the reason I wanted to keep this alive is in case he played something crazy, like maybe he played another Elise, maybe he played a Callista, maybe he played, I don't know what, I honestly have no clue what's in this person's deck. So if they played anything crazy at all, we could be able to pull and kill it. So yeah, this deck's really nuts. This deck is nuts for sure. It's super toxic. The amount of rallies and units is super toxic. Alright, so we got another mirror match. Another mirror match here. We're not attacking on evens this time. We do have the Poppy. I'm going to keep a Sharp Sight in case I need to use it. Oof, this hand is not that great. We do not have any early game pressure. We don't have a 1-drop. We don't have our guy that gives everything Quick Attack. So this whole hand looks just unfortunate. We do have Mayor, fortunately. So maybe we can start getting some value off of that. Not attacking on evens is pretty big. He also didn't have a 1-drop. Oh, cool. We had Yordle Smith on 2, so that's really big. That is really big, having the Yordle Smith. So we just say, okay, you can have your stupid owl. Oh, thanks for the follow, Intersum. I'm not live right now, but I guess if you watch this video, hey, thanks. Protoporo is not bad because it's 0 mana 1/1, so I can give it quick attack, but I kind of just want to try and chain these telescopes next turn. Is kind of the goal. So we can attack here for 4 damage, and our opponent can't really do much. So here I'm going to try and go for more of the late game approach, because even if I grab the Poro, see here, if I grab the Poro, I can't even play it this turn and attack because he has a 1/2 and he has a 2/2. So it's not really that good. It'd be better on the turns that I eventually play Poppy, sure. But, you know, we're not even there. We're not even at that point yet. So I'm going to try and play for just the more value style game plan. So here we have Buster Shot for something. I guess we're gonna have to use it on the Lulu, which is pretty unfortunate. We have to pay 4 because all we've played are 2 Bandle cards. We're not, you know, the Bandle tree deck where we play House Spiders and the 1-drops like Fizz and Teemo and Protoporo in our main deck. So we aren't gonna have this discounted Buster Shot on turns, you know, like 3 and 4, like the tree decks typically do. They did have the Sharp Sight here, which is really, really unfortunate, but if they swing, I'm down to just block with my Yordle Smith. That sounds okay to me. I'm okay with trading my Yordle Smith for a Lulu. Totally okay with that. Actually, I don't even know if it's Yordle Smith or if it's supposed to be the Mayor. It's probably just Yordle Smith. Like, we have enough barriers and stuff to get around needing quick attack. And they don't have quick attack, so it's okay. Hopefully we can just chain these telescopes into some crazy shit. Poro side would be nice, but we're trying to play Poppy next turn on turn 5, so I think we're just going to try and do that. So Yordle Smith would be a really good draw now, because we can go Poppy into Yordle Smith. But I don't think you can pass up a chance to play... I don't think you can ever pass up a chance to kill a Lulu like that. Otherwise, they're just going to get a bunch of value off of like big elusives and stuff. So Serpent is nice. We're going to try and save this Poppy for our second to last play. Try and bait out some mana from our opponent. They're not falling for it. So now we're going to play Poppy. If they do have their own Buster Shot, we're going to have to Sharp Sight in response, which it's kind of a feels bad, man, because I'd like to play Brightstone Protector and give her Barrier. Okay, so there's Poppy. So we can actually do this. This is actually really big for us. We could Sharp Sight here and just kill the Poppy this way. And this forces out a Sharp Sight to either kill Poppy or a Sharp Sight to keep their Poppy alive, and we get to push a bunch of damage. And either one is okay with me. Because if they keep their Poppy alive, that means they're taking a bunch of damage. If they kill my Poppy, then that means their Poppy dies, and they also don't have Poppy. So there's no, like, Poppy advantage there. Yordle Smith, that's really, really unfortunate. I think we're going to end up winning this game because we have Poppy, so our Poppy's going to level. If I had to guess why or how we win. So I'm just going to play Brightsteel Protector here. So that way our Poppy gets a free kill on his Poppy. So yeah, it looks like we're probably just going to end up winning off of Poppy level up if I had to guess how we end up winning. So that's fine. We're just going to skip block here. So we're just going to barrier up probably... We could just rally. We don't even have to barrier anything here. Yeah, let's go ahead and just use Relentless Pursuit here. Sounds like a game plan to me. This way, next turn, we can kind of... So we're just going to do this plan here. You have to attack with at least one ally to level the Poppy, to give a star on the level for the Poppy. It's not just attack. This is fine. It's probably just going to be like a Sharp Sight or something stupid to keep Poppy alive. Doesn't matter too much. Maybe it's not. I think if they had Sharp Sight, they used it last turn. So... yeah, I think they're just letting their Poppy die, which is pretty weird. Next turn we can just open Brightsteel, so worst case here is triple Poppy. That's pretty funny. But yeah, I think this game's pretty done. We're leveling our Poppy and we're getting Golden Aegis Rally. Tender of Terra is like one of the best things we could have drawn. We are just going to do Protector here. And then we can just rally next turn with Golden Aegis. We don't have to do it this turn. So now we're just going to Tenor Poppy will give everything +2/+2 and impact, so these guys will have impact 2, which is pretty nuts. And we always just have Sharp Sight here as a safe spell if they do try and do anything super crazy. So even though that our opponent had a much better curve, we were able to outvalue them in the long run, level up our Poppy, and use our combat tricks of like the barriers. This is why I was okay with trading the Yordlesmith away. Because we had so many of these barrier girls, we were able to give barrier to our Poppy enough times to let her live and eventually level up. How many of you have seen a Poppy level up? I'd say not many. From what I hear, people don't level Poppy often. I feel like I level Poppy all the time, especially in Scouts. Whenever I play Poppy Scouts, which video comes out tomorrow, I level Poppy all the time in those decks. So let's see here. So yeah, Mr. Opponent is dead unless they sacrifice basically everything except for their Poppy, which is really funny. Just because of the impact keyword. If they do this and try and go to 1, we're just going to Sharp Sight here and kill them. We're just going to Sharp Sight here and kill them. And that's game. Cool. So another mirror match, another win. I'll probably play one more game for you guys, just so we can have a decent number of games in this video. Alright, so we are against a Caitlyn Draven style deck, and these are not great matchups for us. Ranger Resolve is pretty good, so we're going to keep that because it helps us a lot against things like Static Shock. But one, this hand is really bad. We don't have a 1-drop. We're attacking on odds. All of those things are not good. You want to be attacking on evens with this deck. And two, this deck just plays so much removal spells. The Draven Caitlyn deck plays so many removal spells that it's really, really hard to ever get anything to stick. Like, it's hard to get your Poppy to stick. It's hard to get your, like, even this, like, Bandlewood Commando, I'd like to attack and get the, like, Owlcat or whatever, but it's just so hard to get things to stick. We're going to try and keep this alive, maybe get our opponent to spend a bunch of spells on the Commando. The more spells they spend on units that aren't basically, like, Mayor and Poppy, the happier we are. So, yeah, very key cards in this deck. Please, no Flash Bomb. No Flash Bomb 6. So we're going to open, see if they do spend something like another Mystic here. Try and spend more mana that's not going on Mayor. Maybe they play a 3-drop Champion. They don't, so we can play Mayor here. If they have it, they have it. We're going to get the Telescope, try and get some value off of that. Let's see here. This is going to be a Get Excited. Cool. So we take that. We went up in mana there. We got a free card and traded 2 mana for 3. He discarded a Get Excited. So, I mean, that's not the worst. So here we're just going to spam out a bunch of units, eventually get a Poppy. Ideally, we can draw a, oh no. Goodbye, Poppy. Oh, hello, Poppy. Okay, so we're going to play Poppy because the shields are down, and we're just going to immediately open with Brightsteel Protector on our Poppy because we just don't want Poppy to die. So we're just going to say, okay, we don't even care about that. Don't care about anything happening. We're going to immediately barrier our Poppy because we don't want Poppy to die. Boom. Free real estate. If they have Stun Spider, that's fine. We have to develop. We can't just open attack with Poppy. If you're open attacking with Poppy to buff a damn damaged 1/1 elusive unit, you're probably not winning that game. So we can go Fleet Feather Tracker. This will kill off the Caitlyn. We can even go like Hungry Owlcat. We can go into Telescope. We could even barrier the Tracker just to guarantee that Caitlyn dies. We don't really need to do any of that. Let's see here. I think the play is just gonna be... I think it's just Hungry Owlcat. And then we can just do a full swing here. Pull this with Caitlyn. Pretty happy. You can get a good kill here on my 3-2. Don't really care too much because you're still taking 10 damage or so, 11 damage. That makes me happy. Your Caitlyn is gone. He is going to start having traps pop off here any moment now. I think we're probably going to draw like 1 trap next turn. So we're going to play this Owlcat so that way our Poppy doesn't get hit. An undamaged unit is super, super important. So let's see here. No trap. That's really good. We're going to see if we can just immediately barrier our... We're just going to immediately barrier our Poppy and then just do a Golden Ages, level our Poppy again. And that should be game if we're able to level our Poppy. If we're able to level our Poppy, that would be very, very, very big for us. So let's see what our opponent does. This would be a turn where they'd want to Tri-Beam. I think their Tri-Beam's at 4 damage, if I'm not mistaken. So it should be 1. Oh, I forgot this is a 3 cost, so it should be at 5 damage because it's 1. Here it is. Yep, 5 damage, Tri-Beam. So we say okay, and the game should be basically over at this point. Because we're just going to Relentless Pursuit here. We don't even have to... We could, like, just Golden Ages to keep our board as big as possible. I kind of like that. Let's Golden Aegis to keep our board as big as possible. Because if you Relentless Pursuit, then you're basically attacking with only Poppy and the Commando. But because I gave this a barrier, this game is kind of just done, because I get to attack with this also and apply even more pressure. So we do something like this. He gets exactly one good block, which is the Inquisitor onto the Hungry Owlcat. That's not very good, because next turn we can just make Hungry Owlcat straight up trade with the Inquisitor. The difference now is Inquisitor can just kind of block this for free. So either way, we were getting some amount of damage in. But this is fine. Just blocking Poppy because you don't want to die. So this is all good and dandy. And then we open attack and rally with Poppy. Leveled Poppy. So there you go. Leveled Poppy 2 games in a row. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the commentary. If you did, make sure to let me know below. Like, follow, subscribe, all that. I'll see you in the next video.